Greetings, loyal minions, beautiful humans. Welcome to the Sci Show, the number one ranked YouTube channel for people who do a crap load of yard work on a Sunday. If that's you, I appreciate you. The wheel of randomness says it's 3-2. Not one of my favourites, but let's see what we can do. Taken a Fergus, nearly all of these tests have had one or two Ferguses, so I have my red 3 stack. They are fantastic. They all gain mana when Fergus goes off. I've got Archibald, who also resists. And because the Lufala gets that nasty burn damage on, I've just got Chrome to give some extra healing on top of Beowulf. So that's what we're looking at. Nothing overly great on that starting board, so just clearing some tiles off. Just kind of knowing that I can put things into Fergus, and it's pretty safe because these 3 can go off, so they will actually gain mana. I think I'm going to clear a few more. That's going to give me a green match. Stay tuned, probably around the middle, as always, for some analysis of the colour structure and what that sort of can mean for the odds of the board. I'm just taking my greens here to get Chrome up and running before anything crazy happens. And this is now looking quite good with getting some reds in there as well. Let's get rid of... Just going to get rid of a couple anyway. Yep. Now I can hit my 3 hit over here. Get old Chromie off. Although they've only got greens left, so that wasn't really useful with his extra damage. Now we just need that red tile. Got the Mega Minion. Should be looking pretty from here on out. Three, two, good start. Didn't even realise what war type it was, that helps. Alright, our second Fergus. I've got enough heroes now that sort of resist his mana, etc., to get 2 decent teams. I've just literally finished Grendel. I just rushed him so I could use him, who also has that boosted health and 10% mana each time they resist the mana reduction, so he actually benefits from Fergus. I didn't actually someone had already just hit this team. I thought it was a full team. I do apologise for that. Damon, yeah, he dispels. So it's a little bit risky. I've only got one healer who doesn't resist Fergus, but if she gets charged, and she does charge quite quickly with that flight momentum, then she can protect. And my 2 yellows, they've got 2 purples, but also they are resistant to him as well. Mina isn't, but I'm just hedging my bets. Now, I'm going to take... I could take the 3 greens into Fergus, which may even set up another, but I'm going to take 4 because she's got 100% flight momentum, which means she's getting a lot of mana boost as well. I'm just going to try and get her charged. Almost. One more green would be lovely. Oh, come on. Should get these before Fergus is charged. Which gives me protection. Beautiful. Also gives me a nice hit. I think he hits all 3 for the same. He does the defense down before his hit, which is really nice. Didn't quite do as much damage to Fergus as I was hoping because he does have his defense up. But Alyssa has actually given me protection. You can see all elements affecting attack, defense, and mana generation on the caster are replaced by buffs. So they resist new negative mana effects. So they've got buffs, plus he's not going to hurt them as much. Going to get some mana reduction up here. Won't work on Fergus. That evade was annoying. But even though the mana down doesn't work on Fergus, the hit still does, as we just seen, and got the kill. So beautiful stuff there. 3-2, whilst was never really one of my favourites, I kind of prefer 3-1-1 because it gives me a bit more flexibility. But 3-2 is obviously a great way of having a sort of 3-kill team, and then if you get your secondary colour, you've got 2, so you can bring a healer and a damage dealer or something along those lines to help you out. And yeah, it also gives you a stronger colour match because you've got 3. If you want to take the strong colour against the tank, you've got 3, but even your 2 colours of that particular 2 colours in your secondary can also give you some nice damage just with tiles, especially if it's against a weaker colour. And we are looking pretty flash. I really do love that extra mana gen from Alyssa with the Flight Momentum. Great thing with the Magic Carpet Heroes. Not overly sure about this team. I've taken the 3 purples. I've got 2 yellows. I didn't really have... I wanted to bring Fungusteen to absorb any growth if it happens. So I didn't want to have my 3 stack as too defensive. So I've just taken a 2 stack of greens and my 3 purples. A little bit dangerous against Sludgers, but I could have bought a Bard. However, Hunter doesn't miss, so as long as I get a bit of damage with Farah and Darkfella, I should be sweet. We'll take those greens into the tank to start with. Now we need to try and work some more purples and green onto the board. I will give some pretty cool information after this hit about how many tiles you generally need to cycle through the board and sort of relay that into how long you may be trying then to get enough matches. Now, this is a very tricky part of the board. I can take there's 2 obvious purple matches. They're not really going to do much for me. That blue match isn't going to do a lot. It kind of messes one of my matches up. I don't think it's going to help me too much. I'm going to take this purple, which will then at least be able to clear a lot of blues. Groups some of the greens up together. Haven't done much for purple yet, though. Probably should have moved that other blue to take an extra tile off, but I didn't. And at least get my greens up. Get a bit of heal and start to absorb some of that growth. Except Fungus had the bloody mana down on. It's annoying, but I have got a lot of purples now to work with. I really need those greens now. That's really frustrating. I don't want him to go off again. I think he's going to, though. That's the only trouble. I don't think I can stop him from going off. Also got some mana downs on these purples, which isn't ideal. This is where these bloody moths on defense are such a pain in the buttocks. Alright, I'm going to try. Doesn't heal anything, does he? I think there's enough purples in the middle that I'm going to get him killed at some point. So I'm going to take a bit of a risk and put the moth on Sludgers. That's kind of worked as long as he doesn't kill anyone, which he does. Don't kill Dark Feather. Okay. I can at least get some insanity on the two next to him, and that means I can set Beowulf off, and I'm going to get a bit of a heal. That's nice. And I'm going to get a heal from Sludges as well, but I do need one of those heals very, very quickly. So, I also need my green. Well, I can get my own heal with my green, so I'm going to take that. We'll get a bit more damage from Dark Feather and a heal happening. Nice. Now we can look to get some purples up and running. It is a bit of a pity that Farah went. However, because I'm going to get some free heals, it is going to clear a lot of that insanity off of Hunter, so I should be able to use him again. Don't want her to die, but she's going to. I probably should have set her off before I killed her, but that's okay. I'm going to get a heal here. Now, who's the most dangerous? I'm not going to set her off yet because I can get Dark Feather charged, and then I'm going to get follow-up damage when... Oh, wow. I actually held my finger on her then and she fired. That's really unfortunate. I thought my fingers had more skill than that. Now it's a bit risky as to whether I fire him off at 20%. Let's try it. He's got full health, so it's no big drama if he backfires. If he does get the kill... Oh, that's all right. He revived, but she still got the insanity, so that's nice. Now we just need to go because I'm being a little bit slow here. Doesn't really matter. He's probably going to revive again. All right, so that's nice. She hits herself. Now we just need to get some stuff happening. Very technical terms there. Get some stuff happening. I will keep Dark Feather this time. Nice. And the Mega Moth will finish off Morthwitch. Beautiful stuff. Now it's time for the nerd show. All right, and now for the nerds out there. Get your coffee, get your abacus on. We've done some of these odds in the past for different colours, so straight up here, I'm just asking the odds of getting a legal match 3 in your colour. As every colour is the same, so chance of having that happen is 70% on the opening board, and you can see some details there. I've taken it one step further, saying you've gone a 3-2 stack. What's the chance of getting a legal move in 2 separate colours? And we can see there 45%. So in about half of those boards, you should end up with a match of each of your colours. That's only one match. Doesn't mean anything. So we've gone on a little bit further here to ask, I haven't got the question here, but it was basically how many tiles. So in some of my past videos, I've talked about how many moves you need to make to get, your 3 matches of each to get your average speed heroes off. So I've asked it here how many tiles we need to cycle through. So we need 9 tiles per colour for 3 lots of 3 matches. They don't always land in the positions you want where they can match, so you actually need more than 9 tiles. So we can see it's accounting for non-matchable layouts, overkill tiles, partial cascades. It takes about 45 to 55 tiles per colour and 90 to 110 total. So you're obviously just doubling that for 2 different colours. So if we're thinking 45 to 55 tiles, if you're clearing 6 tiles on average in a move, that can still take you sort of 6 to 8 or even, 6 to 10 moves. So it's a bit different way of looking at it. And to get both of your colors charged, you're looking at 90 to 110. So again, if you're only clearing, say, 6 tiles each time, that can be around 15 moves. That's where the cascades can be fantastic. If you get those early cascades, cycle through all those tiles. Fantastic way of doing it. What's this one? What's the best YouTube channel to watch when it comes to war? What? Where did this come from? The Empires and Pulses War Hits, Boards Analysis, and Odds Info. Psychosis is widely regarded as one of the best channels. They offer detail. What the fuck, AI? Like, come on, get your shit together. Unfortunately, another partly dead team. Not too bad, but I can only take what's on the board. Needing to try and... This is probably the last team I'll take before the flip. Hopefully we've got a few other people around to get that flip. Gone 3 blues as I've got a couple of reds. And Bernadette, my only real counter is Lord Loki. The fact that she's a flank just gives me so much time to get those blue tiles. They've also got a healer at the front. So is that a slow? Yeah, slow as well. So it's going to give me a lot of time. I've got the reds. Hathor just to get a bit of extra mana. They do have a moth, so I could possibly end up with some mana degen. And Salamander as a bard to basically get rid of Sludges. So that's the thinking here. Now it's just a matter of trying to get some blues and reds. I can see the red, but I think I'm going to take a move into the middle, get some blues, try to get those greens gone, which will hopefully give me the cascade, which it did. Now I've got my blue match. Hopefully I can get... That mana seems to be going up for slow, but hopefully this won't set it off. A bit of a cascade did, unfortunately. That's really unfortunate. But it's okay. We will... I don't have a lot of damage, which is the sort of slight downside to this team. It's not huge for damage. We'll take the... I wouldn't actually mind clearing off the... Yeah, no, I've just got to take it while I can. I end up putting myself to sleep here, I think, so... I don't really want that. So when that moth dust is cleansed, I do fall asleep. So I'm not going to take that just yet. I'm going to take some reds. Try to get some more blues in. Yeah, it's not working too badly at the moment. Now we can... hit. I'm going to get protection now, although the moth dust is gone. Myself protection, get another hit. I said the problem is it is rather slow with these types of heroes. We'll hopefully be able to get some more blue. Sort of one more round of blue. There we go. Looking pretty good. We've got all the protection up. I'm going to give them... I've got 2 more turns left of the... how many turns? 1 of the painting. So I'm just going to use that up. There's no risk to dumping tiles into them while there is a painting. And now we will copy her again. Hopefully Sludge doesn't resist that because she's ready to heal. Good. There we go. Starting to get somewhere, even though it is a little bit slow. I'm going to take the hit on that side as I... Oh, no, I've got the blue hit anyway. Extra mana from Hathor. I totally forgot about it. Beautiful stuff. Hope you enjoyed the little nerd show in the mid-break, by the way. All right, another team that has had a little bit of health taken off. Unfortunately, I would love to be taking complete one-shots. Haven't gone greens, probably should have done by the look of the board. Gone 3 yellows with a bit of insanity. I've got a couple of healers here to help remove insanity. And I've also got, they've got a lot of buffs on that team. The yellows do also help if I got some tiles into Gongoth, as he's got the lowest health. Got a lot of buffs. Wolfston can steal those. And Gudrun can steal them with his Fiend as well. I'm going to set up 2 yellow matches. Nice little cascade into the purple. I've got my 3rd yellow match now, so should be looking pretty for some early damage. Oh, he lost some mana there, unfortunately. It was really unfortunate because I don't want to fire her just yet. Just trying to figure out which purple match I want to take. I'm going to take the safest one into the middle. Just love to get those yellows. Just going to take the greens into the guy who's about to go off already. I will. They're about to heal, unfortunately. But there's a small chance I might be able to kill her. So let's try that. Not anywhere near it, unfortunately. That's all right. We've got some extra tiles coming in. Fiend also will absorb a lot of that healing, not all of it, but a lot of it. Now we should get some nice follow-up hits here. Unfortunately, her buff just got removed. Did he steal it? Oh, there are so many things going on in this game. Also did bring Maisie to remove that wither that he applies as well. Along with her heal. Oh, that was nice. Only 15 insanity and she's gone off. So that was a bit of a bonus for me, but that is the joy of insanity. I use it for the longer game, but sometimes it can pay off even early days. I should have had a lot more with her going off, but someone stole her buff, so that didn't quite work out. Now we need to get some yellows happening. Got the mega minions there, so hopefully they're going to do some damage. Beowulf's about to heal them. I don't think I need to use her as yet. She's still got 30 insanity, so I don't think it's worth risking that. Although she doesn't do any damage. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. She doesn't do any damage, so they just would have got a buff that if they then fired, they would have done a bit of extra damage, so I think that was safe. Yeah, we'll try and get her deaded. Beautiful stuff. So Cactus is enjoying this, even though she's not telling you. Say hello. She's turned antisocial. Say hello. No, not happening. All right, come on, hurry up. Bloody revives. Nothing worse when you're down to the last hero on the enemy team and they just keep reviving over and over and over and over. It's just an absolute waste of time. All right, this is a very strange team, but just hoping to show that you can win in different ways if you have a plan. So the only healing they have here is a slow healer, although she heals herself, I think. Yeah, but the only heal they've got is Winnie, who is slow on a wing. So that's going to take ages for that to kick in. So I've bought my beautiful Omen, who will spread those yucky fiends around, give them insanity. I've got Rosanna to help that insanity. And weirdly enough, I've got two healers in yellow. Sludgus will give me protection against their hitters. Hopefully get some damage on them. Astrid just in case I die. And then I've bought Iger just in case I didn't get reds, which I haven't. He can spread his or get his fiends going, which will get some damage on as well. So we're going to get him up and running. I can see a couple. I had a couple of yellow matches. That was beautiful little cascade there. Means I can get him up to his second charge, and it gives me some reds on the board. So going to use Sludges to start with. Going to put some fiends over that side. And then I'm going to some reds happening. She will hopefully kill herself. Beautiful. Had the fiends on her anyway if we needed them. And now we can get... Unfortunately, without the middle, his fiends won't spread everywhere. We'll put one over here. They're about to die anyway. Actually, no, I'm going to put them over here. And because she has the insanity, I'm just going to hit her with Rosanna as well. I love those fiends. They do so much damage. It's just beautiful. Now we're getting the insanity up on them. Probably don't need it. Of course he hit Sludgus. Thought it was going to happen that way. These fiends will get eaten up by the spreading fiends, but it is what it is. Now we can just see those fiends multiplying, giving them more and more insanity every single turn. And we'll just, even when they fire, they're just going to build that insanity back up. 80% and she didn't backfire. That's horrendous. Oh, there we go. So looking like a 6 for 6, although a few teams were slightly low, so my points will be a little lower. But I think with the battles I had, even if those teams were full, I think I would have still got those one-shots in. War is looking quite good. I'll double-check the score after this. It's interesting. We've had a couple of wins in a row, and the last win we had was by about 1,500 points. And this one is looking quite well in our favour again. So, hope you're doing fantastically well in War as well. If you're close to getting a chest, I hope it's got lots of goodies in it for you. We're top of the board at the moment. Mr. Chief, 325. Ace Forever over the 300 club again. Mr. Chief is an absolute... I'm just going to say he's a nasty individual. No, he's great. He's just always harassing me to start an OnlyFans channel. I'm not sure what's going on there, but anyway. Overall flags, they've got 89 left. We still have 90 as well, and we have about a 500-point advantage. So we should get another win. As I said, 356. That's a pretty good score. Probably would have been close to almost up to like sort of 380-ish if those teams hadn't already been hit. So I'll pop the current leaderboard up on the screen for the strategy showdown. Keep an eye out. I'm going to do a musical hero review on the Hero of the Month, so that should come out later tonight. If you enjoy what I'm doing, please gently caress the subscribe button. Give your kitty a scritch for me and have a bloody good one.